What's up everybody? Today we are watching something really special. Dennis Schröder has officially been made a honorary citizen of Braunschweig, the city where his basketball journey started. And I don't just want to watch the ceremony, I want us to listen what people who knew Dennis before the NBA had to say. What the mayor said about his journey, the most importantly, what Dennis himself had to say when he finally received the honor. Because when you hear the full story, you realize this isn't just about basketball.
It's special.
Darf für den neuen Ehrenbürger geklatscht werden.
Dennis Schröder, before the ceremony, when Dennis says he is excited but doesn't really like speeches, I already like this. He's about to receive one of the biggest honors his hometown can give him, and he's basically saying, I'm not really a speech guy. That's Dennis. The mayor introduces the honor. When the mayor explained that honorary citizenship is the highest distinction the city can bestow. Okay, let's understand what we are watching here. This isn't just about Braunschweig giving Dennis a little trophy. This is the city officially giving him one of their highest honors. And remember, this is the city where his journey started. So they are basically saying, you left the city, conquered the basketball wall, but you never stopped being one of us. That is a strong point. The city council approved the honor in November 2025. The mayor tells Dennis' story. This section deserves much more attention. When the mayor talks about Prince Park being discovered as a young basketball player, his difficult development, becoming German captain, world champion, European champion, Olympic flag bearer, MVP, inspiring young people. Think about that transformation. They are literally describing the journey from a young kid in Braunschweig to becoming captain of Germany. And that's important because before the NBA, before the World Cup, before all these medals, he was just a kid with a dream. Then when the mayor talks about Dennis giving back, this is where I think the honorary citizenship becomes even more meaningful. They are not only recognizing what Dennis achieved on the court, they are recognizing what he is doing after becoming successful. The city has specifically highlighted his youth development basketball academy school project and lingual school daycare initiative. Nils Midman's story. He talked about driving Dennis to practice and Dennis confidently saying, NBA is my goal. Then the speaker admits he didn't completely believe him. Imagine sitting in a car with a young kid telling you, I'm going to play in the NBA. And you are thinking, yeah, well, we'll see. And then years later, you are standing on a stage watching that kid become an honorary citizen. Then, this is why I love stories like this. Sometimes the person with the dream believes in themselves before everybody else does. Liviu Kalin, the coach. Afterwards, this man clearly wasn't just a basketball coach to Dennis. You can hear the relationship was much deeper than basketball. This is especially powerful because Dennis later calls Liviu his second dad. The emotional connection was also highlighted in the coverage of the ceremony. The school principal and teachers, when they talk about Dennis being rebellious and making mistakes, I actually like this part because it makes the story more human. They are not pretending that Dennis was a kid or was a perfect kid who never made mistakes. He made mistakes, he was rebellious, but the people around him didn't give up on him. That's something young people watching this should understand. Making mistakes doesn't mean the story is finished.
Seiner herausragenden sportlichen Leistung, seines vorbildlichen Engagements für die Jugendförderung sowie seiner bleibenden Verdienste um das Ansehen und die Entwicklung der Stadt Braunschweig verleiht die Stadt Braunschweig Herrn Dennis Schröder das Ehrenbürgerrecht. Dazu verleihe ich den Ehrenbürgerbrief. Der Rat der Stadt Braunschweig hat in seiner Sitzung am 4. November 2025 beschlossen, Herrn Dennis Schröder in Würdigung seiner besonderen Verdienste um die Stadt Braunschweig das Ehrenbürgerrecht zu verleihen. 12. August 2026, gezeichnet der Oberbürgermeister. Herzlichen Glückwunsch.
Vielen Dank.
There it is. Officially, Dennis Schröder is now an honorary citizen of Braunschweig. When Dennis Schröder talk about his teacher, you can hear how much he remembered the people who were there before he became famous. And he talk about losing his father. Wow, this is the part people don't see when they watch NBA. They see the player, the money, the cars, the fame, but behind all of this, is a young man who lost his father and had other people step up for him. When he says he's like my second dad, that's powerful. About his mother, Dennis explained how his mother sacrificed for him and gave him money he didn't really have. This is something I think a lot of Africans can understand. Sometimes your parents don't have that much, but they still find something to give you because they believe in your dreams. Dennis remembering those 120, 240 moments years later tell you something about him. He didn't forget. I respect that because when somebody becomes successful at this level, having people around you who can tell you when you were wrong is extremely important. And for us watching from Gambia, there is another little beautiful part of this story. Dennis is a German international and Braunschweig hometown hero, but he is also a Gambian. Because he has Gambian roots, his mother is a Gambian. So when you see a man with Gambian blood reaching this level and receiving one of the highest honors from his hometown in Germany, you can appreciate that story from another perspective too. Honestly, after watching the entire ceremony, I understand the honor much more than I did at the beginning. It's not simple because Dennis Schröder became an NBA player. It's because Braunschweig wanted him to grow up. They watched the rebellious kid become a professional. They watched him chase his dreams, reach the NBA, become a world champion, become captain of Germany, and then came back and invest in the next generation. That's why this moment is so powerful. Dennis Schröder, congratulations bro, from Braunschweig to NBA and now officially a honorary citizen of the city that helped start the journey.
Hallo, wer von euch zu Hause hat geweint? Sag mal, Joey, hast du Tränen in den Augen gehabt? Ich habe mal so rechts und links geguckt, es haben sehr viele Tränen in den Augen. Ich auch. Ja, war
die ganzen
brutal.
Emotionen, die dann hochkommen.
War wirklich ein Highlight.
Die ganzen Storys hört. Leute, vielen Dank, dass ihr am Start wart. Wir sind jetzt erstmal raus. Wir gehen jetzt erstmal mit der Familie. War auf jeden Fall ein emotionaler Tag. Danke, dass ihr am Start wart. Wir werden jetzt bald auch diesen Call of Duty Stream machen mit Joel. Updates sind ready. Und dann werden wir auf jeden Fall ein bisschen schwitzen. Peace.